This is the Leapmotor B10. I'm going to show you how Leap OS works in this video. Let's get into it. This infotainment system is powered by the Snapdragon 8155 processor, and Leapmotor is a global partner for Snapdragon and Qualcomm. In fact, their newest cars in China have level 4 autonomous driving because they're powered by the next generation of Snapdragon chips. So they're launch partners for all of this technology, and it's why we've got a really good infotainment system. First of all, look at this. It's snowing on here. I can rotate the car. We've got real animations. We can see the car in real time. So if I open my door here, you'll see what happens. It will show on the car that side where I've opened it up has an indicator, and now it's closed. There we go. Really cool like that. I can open and close my wing mirrors, and I press that and it will bring up this menu, and then I can use the trackballs on the steering wheel to fold or adjust it. Very, very clever. It's just a really intuitive system. I can open and close the tailgate. I can do lots of interesting things on here. At the bottom, we've got little widgets. This is the tire pressure. This is our, since last charge, our range and our performance. We've got a music widget, and we've got a map search. Along the bottom, we have quick shortcuts as well. Volume, which we can adjust them all individually. Seat controls. This is cooled and heated on this car. Air conditioning, I can adjust the fan speed like that. I can change the ventilation, heating, really simple. And we've got more little shortcuts here which allow you to adjust where the air goes as well. And we've got eco mode 2. And this is the circulation settings, so it's at the bottom here. Then we can turn the fan on and off here. So this is like the power on and off for the air conditioning. We've got a quick shortcut here. We're going to tap on it and go to it, and you can adjust the temperature. Let's turn it off a bit. And then we've got our 360-degree camera. And what I really like about this is if I tap on the wheel button, I can see all 4 wheels. So if I now turn the steering wheel, you can see the wheels moving. This is great for when you're parking, so you can avoid curbing your car, which is a very handy feature to have. And then we also have a 3D view as well, so I can rotate around the car park and around the car and see where we're parked in relation to everything else. We can also adjust this so the car is see-through, so you can see where you're parked exactly. So really good 3D camera. We can tap on this to go to our music, and then we've got various sources for our music here. We've got our maps, which we can drag around. Of course, we've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on this car, coming soon if you have a car already. So you'll be able to use Google Maps on there. And then we go straight through to our settings, which I'll come back to in a second. And then lastly, we've got our app list, which includes various apps, Spotify. There's an app store, so you can get access to YouTube and to TikTok and various other apps, because like I said, we're running the same software that Qualcomm builds. And so this is like a phone, basically. We've got Tidal, Zoom for cars if you want to do a meeting in the car. And then we go back to home. Let's go into our settings now. So we have a load of really interesting settings here. We've got our disco lights. I love how this changes the lights around the vents. I mean, I think that is super, super cool. I'll just move my arm out the way there so you can see. That is fun. I would just do that at traffic lights all the time. There's also an auto mode here, which will automatically turn them on and off, or on all the time. You can have it flashing in one color or multicolor flashing if you want to do that. And you can adjust the brightness. Let's turn the brightness right up. And it can also dance to the music with intelligent rhythm effects. And you can adjust those light and shadow, dynamic, and canon mode. I'm not actually sure what those do because it doesn't say, but that's interesting to see. And then we've got our normal lights, our headlights, of course, our reading lights, automatic high beam for driving at night so it doesn't blind anyone. Doors and windows, we can of course control them here. Nice and easy to do. We can also open the tailgate and set the height, and we can close the sunshade, which is above me. Our charging settings, we can set those with a schedule, and we can also change how it charges, and that also affects obviously how long it takes to charge. And we have vehicle to load, so I can actually plug other things into the car and use the car to power them as well. For driving, we've been through this before. Driving, we've got sport, comfort, standard. For regen braking, weak, medium, and strong. And steering, comfort, standard as well. And there is one pedal driving coming as well. We can adjust the rearview mirrors on here using the buttons on the steering wheel, and we can adjust the steering wheel, and that can also include turning off the assistant features. If you don't want it beeping at you, you can turn that off in this. Really, really good that you can do that. I like that a lot. And then we can set other things, like I said, one pedal mode, maximum speed, auto hold, the gap when you're having driving, when you're braking. And then we've got here all the driver assistance features, all, like I said, standard, all coming with the car because there's only one trim in the UK. Really, really good. We've got our sound settings. We've got our Leapmotor Assistant, which lets you talk to it and ask it questions. And you can even set it so you don't even need to say hi and the name of the car. It can just work by itself. And then we can have our light mode or our dark mode and automatically adjusting depending on whether it's daytime or night. And you can also move the bottom bar and change what is shown. So I talked about what's down here. You can actually change it to whatever you want, which is very, very nice. I like that. And then we have our system settings too. Now, there are some features in here which are pretty cool. Scenarios. So scenarios allows you certain features. So we've got a camp mode. So it will let the car be used overnight and keep the car at a set temperature. We have a pet mode as well. We have a cleaning mode, demo mode. These are all modes that are built into the car. We also have automate routines, which allows you to create a scenario where you get into the car and it will do something. So for example, if I get in the car at a certain date, at a certain time, it will turn on the air conditioning, it will open the front window, maybe it will set the driving settings to something that you particularly like. So you have a lot of controls here. You can change the order they happen in. So this is really cool. So you can choose what sound effect you want on the system, the display mode, screen brightness. Do you want it to connect to Wi-Fi? Do you want a gear shifting alert sound? Which I'm not sure how that works on an electric car, but anyway. So there's lots of controls here you can do. So it's like automation built into the car, and that is very, very clever. Not something you see very often. Get in the car and cool down quickly. I mean, that's great. Get in and it automatically cools the car down. Or in a cold weather like now, get in and it heats up very, very easily. And then you can change the themes. And I like these themes. You can load them up and it will load. And then you can got the city in the background there. You've got a fancy house in the background here. And you can change the vehicle paint. So if your car is black or silver or whatever color it is, blue, you can change it there. And then you can change the special effects. Rainy day, snowy day. Do you want an aurora behind there? Let's go for an aurora. There we go. And then when I exit out of here, that is my background. So that is an overview of the infotainment system. From the side, you can also do split view like this, which is pretty handy. You can also swipe down from the top to get to shortcuts here. It shows Android Auto and Apple CarPlay there as well. So yeah, really easy to use system. And it's getting better and better all the time, and Leapmotor adding new features. That's how the OS system works in here. Hope you found this video useful. Any questions, let me know down below, and check out my full review of the car and other cars here and here. Thanks for watching.